Vika, Vika, weiter. Vika, weiter. Hello friends, my name is Alexei Sinitsyn and I am the founder of the Latvian dive center Nautilus, which is located near the city of Rezekne on the shore of the beautiful Lake Razna. I am also a representative of the company HunterProLight in Latvia, and today I want to introduce you to two new products from this company. These are the LR Searchlight and the Ray flashlight. Now I'll show you what sets them apart first, and then we'll move on to a full review of the LR flashlight settings. This video will focus specifically on the LR settings. The next part will be about underwater tests of this flashlight. Then we will release a video review of the Ray flashlight, covering both its settings and underwater tests. So this is what these two, and I'm not afraid to use the word, unique flashlights look like. This is the Ray flashlight, and this is the LR flashlight. The LR flashlight has the same dimensions in the battery compartment as the hub, because it uses exactly the same 21700 batteries as the hub. But the head, as you can see for yourself, here's the hub and here's the LR, is different. The manufacturer has slightly improved the packaging for the flashlights. As for the LR flashlight, it looks like this. Here there's a special foam insert with dedicated slots specifically for the flashlight and the charger. There's also a kit with spare parts, which includes O-rings, lubricants, and an attachment for installing a lanyard. This attachment screws into the rear cap of the flashlight, where the button is, that is, into one of the holes. This is precisely what the actual charger truly looks like. Here is the primary cable for the charger. Additionally, included in this entire set is the cable for a balance charger. This is specifically in case any of you out there want to purchase and acquire a balance charger separately, perhaps for a different setup. We will be testing this flashlight both in night and day diving. At the Rumu quarry in Estonia, the visibility there is quite good, about 15 to 20 meters. We're also testing it during a dive at our own Lake Razno. At the moment, the water is blooming heavily. Visibility is about 2 meters. We'll be diving to a sunken object. It's a Soviet plane that was shot down in July 1941 and fell into our lake. We found it in 2021, and now we'll test this flashlight both for search purposes and for video recording. Let's see what it can do. So let's get started with the flashlight itself. Now I'll endeavor to provide you with a comprehensive and detailed explanation regarding this remarkable flashlight, delving into its various impressive features, its intricate settings, and then subsequently we will proceed to conduct a series of thorough and illuminating tests. And now probably let us discuss in depth the overall design aesthetics and the truly special, unique characteristics of this particular flashlight. I'll probably need to carefully read it to you directly from the prepared paper, because there is simply an overwhelming amount of information to accurately recall and remember from memory. And this way it'll be much easier and faster. Well, first of all, this is a unique LR flashlight design with complex technical solutions. Independent TR optic adjustment for each LED, which made it possible to focus the light beam to 3.2 degrees with an intensity of 660,000 candelas. The flashlight uses copper substrates with direct thermal transfer, where the thermally conductive copper pad under the LED is directly connected to the copper base of the board without a dielectric layer, which ensures maximum heat dissipation. The heat from the LED chip goes directly into the copper base, bypassing any thermal insulation. The microcontroller features unique software using an RTOS, real-time operating system. This specialized operating system is designed to ensure real-time task execution and is used in aviation, military systems, medical equipment, and in our products. A magnetic button has been developed based on a Hall sensor with no mechanical contacts. No wear at all, high switching frequency without bounce, and stability against temperature changes. This technological solution allows for more informative control of the flashlight. Here's what I want to say. Yes, about the button. The button works amazingly well. Now we will insert the fourth battery into the flashlight. I'll show you. The powerful flashlight shining brightly. Blinked to let us know that it was indeed powered on and fully operational, and has now successfully entered its secure lock mode. Next, we will briefly go over the comprehensive instructions, exploring its various features and detailed settings, and then we will proceed to conduct thorough underwater tests. The HunterProLight 4 LR flashlight is a specialized searchlight designed for illuminating objects both in the air and underwater. The maximum tested depth is 70 meters. This flashlight model is designed exclusively with Carclo-tier optics for versatile use in technical diving, speleology and tourism, armed forces, emergency services, surveillance services, land transport, boats, and so on. You can read about the technical specifications of the flashlight, its operating principle, and its functional capabilities in the description on the official HunterProLight website. So, in order not to unnecessarily drag out this particular video, we will move directly and promptly to the detailed flashlight settings and comprehensively explore how to effectively utilize all of its impressive and various features. The flashlight is currently locked. We need to unlock it with 3 short clicks. That's it, the flashlight is now unlocked. 1 click and we switch to moonlight mode. Another click and we turn off the flashlight. Let's go over the list of commands when the flashlight is off. 1 click, the flashlight turns on. Another click and it switches to moonlight mode. 1 more click, the flashlight is off. A long click. More than 0.3 seconds, but less than 0.6 seconds. Silent activation of the flashlight at the last use brightness level. Next, press and hold. Turns on the flashlight at the minimum or maximum brightness level. Press and hold. Next, a single click plus a sustained press effectively activates the powerful strobe mode. Next, a sequence of 2 distinct clicks followed by a sustained press and then holding for a full 4 seconds meticulously activates or deactivates the innovative moonlight mode and its integrated convenient auto-off timer, providing precise control over your device's illumination settings. So now moonlight is off. Now we will meticulously set up moonlight once again. This involves 2 precise clicks plus a firm press and then holding for a full 4 seconds. Well, there you go, my friend. Let me hand this to you. Now we have moonlight mode. Boost. Moonlight. We turn off the flashlight. Next, let's explore what specific settings and options we have available when the flashlight is actively turned on. The very first and most basic action is a single click, which effectively turns it completely off. Switching to moonlight mode on the flashlight. You've already figured that out. Press and hold to cycle the brightness up or down. So we turn on the flashlight, press and hold. And now the brightness changes. The same works in reverse. Next, press and hold at the maximum brightness level for 4 seconds. This enables or disables the smooth ramp up and its timer. Let's try it. We need to turn on the flashlight. Press the button. Please hold for a full 4 seconds, ensuring a complete and steady pause. Let's try it. And now you can see how it smoothly ramps up by itself. It gets brighter, brighter, and brighter. Now we've disabled the smooth ramp up. Next, the flashlight is on. One click and press. This also activates the strobe mode. This is how the strobe works. Stun mode. Double click. Switching to boost mode. This is a direct beam, a direct search beam. 3 clicks, flashlight lock. 4 clicks plus press plus holding for 4 seconds. Switches between brightness adjustment modes. 3, 5, 8 brightness levels or smooth adjustment. I'll repeat, all these last settings are done with the flashlight turned on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press. Hold for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So, just now we carefully turned it on, and the powerful flashlight blinked several times, indicating its initial activation. We have successfully enabled the smooth brightness adjustment feature, meaning that when you gently press the dedicated button, it gradually and seamlessly brightens up. A truly impressive, incredibly fun, and remarkably convenient function. As you can clearly observe, I press the button and the flashlight progressively brightens, or, on the contrary, its luminous power smoothly and gradually decreases in a continuous, elegant flow. This provides a very pleasant user experience. Now, with that demonstrated, let's switch back to the more traditional brightness adjustment by distinct levels for comparison and further demonstration of its versatile capabilities. 4 clicks plus a press plus holding for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, press. Three distinct levels and 5 comprehensive levels. 8 levels. So what do we get? Well, as you can clearly and quite evidently see, it is abundantly clear. I'll slowly and carefully turn it around toward the wall so you can see how it works. And then, after a brief moment, we are back again, returning to our original position. Which brightness adjustment to set for the flashlight is something everyone chooses for themselves. I'll say this, for the main light, I have it set to level adjustment. Why? When I'm underwater, it's more convenient for me to adjust the flashlight's brightness by levels, so I can control exactly which brightness level my flashlight is set to at any given moment. Let's move on to the settings related to moonlight. The moonlight function is used as peripheral light, backlighting, camouflage light, and so on. And it serves as an intermediate state between turning the flashlight on and off. Let's switch to moonlight. Now we're in moonlight mode. Let's make it dimmer. One click turns the flashlight off. We've turned it off. Let's switch to moonlight again. One click plus press activates the strobe mode. Next, with just 2 clicks plus presses, it cycles through the various moonlight lighting scenarios. Specifically, we have a vibrant green, a warm orange, and a crisp neutral. Honestly, the green light really surprised me. I liked it a lot. As the evening descends, it truly feels so incredibly comfortable and wonderfully peaceful. Remarkably clear and crisp, truly clear and vivid. Next, with the innovative moonlight mode activated, simply press and gently hold to achieve a truly smooth and precise brightness adjustment. The most common question flashlight buyers ask me is how long the batteries last. Let me put it this way, from my own experience with the HunterProLight hub, which I use for diving, I don't use it at maximum brightness, because maximum brightness in a flashlight underwater with a high concentration of suspended particles works like high beams in a car when driving through fog. It's no coincidence that in the instructions for these flashlights, in the section Main Illumination Time at different levels, there are comfort and super comfort modes which, when switched to, provide the most comfortable lighting underwater. That is, at level 8 it runs for 2 hours and 5 minutes. At level 7 it runs for 2 hours and 50 minutes. At level 6 it runs for 4 hours. At level 5 it runs for 6 hours. At level 4 it runs for 9 hours and 20 minutes. At level 3 14 hours. At level 2 27 hours. And at level 1 it runs for 56 hours. How many brightness adjustment levels to set is up to you. As I mentioned, there are either 3 levels, 5 levels, or 8. You set them exactly as you desired. Next, regarding the runtime in moonlight mode. According to the manual, at the maximum brightness level, the flashlight will run for 4 hours and 40 minutes. At the minimum brightness level, the flashlight will run for 220 hours. Moonlight Auto Off Timer. This feature is useful for limiting or setting a fixed runtime in moonlight mode. The user can independently program the Moonlight Auto Off Timer. The timer can only be programmed when the moonlight function is activated. The flashlight is off and the moonlight function has not yet been activated. Perform 2 quick clicks and then press and hold for 4 seconds. The moonlight LED will blink 4 times and moonlight mode will turn on. Continue holding for another 4 seconds. Moonlight will start to indicate 1 blink for 1 minute, 2 blinks for 2 minutes, 3 blinks for 3 minutes, and 10 blinks for constant illumination. A single quick click and hold changes the direction of the timer selection to the opposite direction. Releasing the button saves your selection. Now moonlight will automatically turn off according to the set timer duration. Let's try setting it for 1 minute so we don't have to wait long. The LED will blink 4 times and moonlight will turn on. Keep holding. There we have 1 minute. Let's lower the brightness a bit. Let's check. Just a short minute, a moment. Has passed. Moonlight turned off. Now let's disable the auto off function so that moonlight stays on continuously. To effectively accomplish this, we absolutely needed to completely turn it off, ensuring a full shutdown, and then carefully turn it back on again. 1 minute, 2 minutes. That's it. So, Moonlight has clearly indicated that the automatic auto-off function is currently disabled, and it will therefore stay on continuously, providing constant illumination until we manually switch to another operating mode. You can also set up a smooth start in Moonlight mode, but I won't show how to enable it now so as not to waste extra time. It works exactly the same way as with the main light. The only difference is that the smooth start is enabled for the main light when the main light is on. The smooth start for Moonlight is enabled specifically in Moonlight mode. Here, next, announcement and management. Strobe shocker. It is used as a protective agent with a blinding and disorienting effect for self-defense when attacked by people or wild animals. The flashlight generates a concentrated 54-watt flash of the main LED at a frequency of 14 Hz, 14 times per second. Friend or foe, team identification and distinguishing from one another, as well as signaling your location. Moonlight real-time announcement of battery discharge. A vibrant green solid representing 100%, a smooth green indicating 75%, a balanced neutral showing 50%, and then a cautionary amber followed by 25%. Announcement of the battery discharge status. With the flashlight turned on, do one short click and hold the press for about 2 seconds. Prevents accidental activation. This triggers the strobo shocker announcement command. If you press again, it switches to the next announcement, Moonlight, which announces the battery discharge in real time. Green flashes sharply at 100%, green fades at 75%, neutral at 50%, amber at 25%. The next press switches to the friend or foe announcement, and so on in a loop, always through Moonlight. Real-time announcement of battery discharge status. The strobe light is a device that produces regular flashes of light. Battery discharge announcement, but right now we see that we have 75%. And friend or foe. With the flashlight turned off or in Moonlight mode, do a quick click and hold the button for about 2 seconds to prevent accidental activation. The friend or foe announcement command is triggered. If you press the button again, it switches to the next announcement, Moonlight beacon precisely set by color. The next press switches to strobe shocker. Well, basically it's the same thing. A flashing beacon light and a pulsating strobe light. The light is really hellish. I'm not even looking at the flashlight, just in the direction of the beam, and it's still dazzling. Saving and restoring the individual user profile. Factory reset. All of this is done through the button. Here, on the back cover, there's this little button right here. So you can save, restore settings, or reset them to factory defaults. Next, I want to point out something else about this flashlight. A unique module has been developed, whose microcontroller is in no way synchronized with the driver, but is controlled by the same flashlight button. From any state of the flashlight, on, off, locked, Moonlight mode, make more than 15 clicks, very fast and short presses. You don't need to count the number of clicks, the software will reboot. The flashlight will signal and lock itself. The configuration and settings of the flashlight remain unchanged. Also, and this is very important regarding charging the flashlight, charging can be interrupted at any stage. The batteries do not have a memory effect. For long-lasting and reliable operation of the flashlight, it is necessary to follow the correct sequence of actions when charging. In winter, charging is only possible after the batteries have warmed up to a positive room temperature. That's it. The next really important point, yes, regarding the crucial aspects of charging and discharging. A complete and full charge of this powerful flashlight typically takes about 4.5 hours. It also conveniently has a clear indicator for the current battery status. When the batteries are approximately half discharged, the intelligent driver will automatically give a quick, noticeable warning signal to alert the user. Each time the flashlight is turned on, a new warning is given, and this repeats 3 times. At the same time, you should continue operating in the set mode. A low battery warning is given every time the flashlight is turned on. Each time the flashlight is turned on, there are 2 short warnings, and this repeats 6 times. Normal operation is still possible in this case. When the battery is completely discharged, meaning it has reached a deep discharge, the driver will give a warning exactly 1 minute later with 5 short signals and will switch the flashlight to standby emergency mode, limiting the initial brightness to 30%. This mode is controlled by the continuous moonlight setting. The flashlight can only be used in the moonlight mode with limitations. Cycling through moonlight scenarios is allowed by double-clicking plus pressing. Adjusting the moonlight brightness is allowed within a range up to 30% of the maximum power. Locking and unlocking the flashlight button is permitted. Well friends, we've more or less figured out the settings. I hope my somewhat chaotic video was clear enough and that no one will have any trouble figuring things out on their own. There's really nothing complicated about it. If someone has dealt with flashlights from HunterProLight, whether it's the Sharp, the V4 or the Pulsar, they'll have no problem understanding the settings of the LR flashlight. I want to thank everyone who watched this video to the end. In the next video, you'll be able to see specific underwater tests of the LR flashlight. Thank you all, wishing you kindness, peace and clear skies above. This was Alexei Sinitsyn and Dive Club Nautilus with you.